It's Will here at Will's Custom Figures, coming at you today with a big bad breakdown of the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, Bret the Hitman Hart. So sit back, relax while I talk you through the whys, the hows, and everything else in between that made this figure possible. So let's start by why. Well, there's been a couple of fantastic versions of this Bret the Hitman Hart in his awesome Calgary denim outfit from the 90s that have been put out, and I was tasked with doing one myself. And I always like to work on a budget. I like to be able to refurbish old wrestling figures and things that have been damaged in the past, and this figure was no exception. Actually twofold, and I'll talk you through that in a minute. So bit of a history lesson for anyone that doesn't know. Bret Hart, very special place in my heart. One of, move that out of the way, one of the most iconic wrestlers of all time, involved in some of the greatest wrestling matches of all time, and of course from the legendary Hart family dynasty. Now, this version of Bret, for me, I'd never actually seen it before, but I think it was even had a stamp, I think, made of him, because he's such a Canadian legend, just in all of sports and entertainment as well. So getting into the nitty gritty a little bit and how this figure has been refurbished twice. Well, this was actually a severely damaged Jake the Snake Roberts figure originally. So with any kind of figure that may be damaged, when you've got a Jake the Snake Roberts or anybody else, if it's damaged and it needs repair, adding clothing on and things like this is always a good thing. So that made it a really good choice for me to work on. Firstly, secondly, and most importantly, this head sculpt is 100% original. So I'll pull it up to the camera. This was actually a head sculpt for a guy that looked a lot like Bret Hart, actually. And unfortunately, the man who was getting it commissioned for a friend of his, they fell out. So I kind of had this spare part, didn't know what to do with it. It was an awesome looking head and had some details on there. But what do you do with a figure? I'm always happy to. We agreed on a price, because he paid for some of the work up front, and I hadn't completed all of my work yet, so we agreed on a final price, and then we just parted ways, and the figure was left with me. So I decided to reach out to David. Looked a little bit like Bret, and I added on some details, like extended the hair down the back, added the glasses, the hair trickling down the side of the face and everything else. And man, if you told me that was a Bret Hart figure that was released in the 90s, I would say that's a Bret Hart figure that was released in the 90s. That's a pretty bang on head sculpt. So adding all the details in there, you can see I've got this awesome looking belt that was added on there. Probably not exactly how the Hitman had it back in the day, but it's close enough. Then you've got the details of the vest that he was wearing underneath that, the gold sort of Rolexy watch with different washes, and you see it glistens in the light. These awesome looking boots, man, they took a long time to get on there. The paintwork just alone took probably about best part of about an hour or two. And then this lovely wash. For anyone out there who's going to be working on anything denim, jeans, that kind of thing, start with a dark blue, then add on it's called a wolf grey. I find that really helps. Then add on a couple of different washes of different blues that you like, and then start dry brushing at the end to get in all those final details. And that's it from me. Let's compare him to the original and absolutely legendary Bret the Hitman Hart figure, twins. And you can see here that they look pretty cool next to each other. And for my money, on anyone's display case, that is a talking point. If I had somebody come in my office or bedroom or house and see these two versions of Bret next to each other, this one's going to be used for an add-on bomb quite soon. But I would like to show these guys off, and I'm pretty sure that most of the wrestling fans in my life would be impressed with how these look. So please like, comment, subscribe. Feel free to follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and get in touch if you want one of these yourself, or if you like details on how to make your own one. And thank you for tuning in. And from Bret the Hitman Hart, until next time, guys, peace.